Hello, and welcome to Liquit 5 Years Virtual Celebration. We're coming to you live from the Liquit Studios. On behalf of the entire Liquit team, I'd like to say thank you for being with us and welcome. My name is Linda Karen, and I'm proud to be part of this team. We would have preferred to host a big party and bring you all together, but the current circumstances won't allow that. And because health and safety are way more important, we've decided to come together like this. Our agenda today isn't very long, but we'll make it worth your while and have some fun too. We'll start off with one of our founders, Peter Hermeling, who's going to look back at the past 5 years. Then we'll be joined by Nico Ziek and the newest member of the team, Chuck Brady, who's going to talk about the future of application delivery and access, where Nico is going to dive a little bit more in the technical advances we've made and are making. Then we'll have a special video from Kevin Goodman, who is the former CEO of FS Logics, and I'll be back after Kevin. We're going to test your knowledge about Liquit. We have 5 questions, and you can win some great prizes. After that, we'll wrap up, and we'll do a virtual toast and host a special after party with a great DJ. We hope you'll join us. Enjoy. Before I hand it over to Peter, we're going to show a great video from our friends at Microsoft. Thank you, Gabriella.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gabriella Schuster, the Corporate Vice President of Microsoft's One Commercial Partner Organization, and I just wanted to say congratulations on Liquit's 5-year anniversary. We're thankful to be on this journey with you. It's exciting to see and hear about all of the work and collaboration that we've been doing together, and especially the way Liquit has stepped up in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Your customers needed remote work solutions, and you delivered with Liquid Workspace, and we foresee your work around Windows Virtual Desktops will make a huge difference for our customers. As I said at Microsoft Inspire last month, the year ahead is going to be a challenging one. Together, I know we can build the right technology, the right platforms, and the right products to help our customers respond, recover, and reimagine the future of their business. And through partnerships like ours, we'll get through this together. Again, from all of us here at Microsoft, happy anniversary and congratulations to everyone at Liquit. I look forward to many more years of growth and success.
Okay, good afternoon everybody. My name is Peter Hermeling and I'm the COO at Liquit. A warm welcome to this virtual celebration, our 5th anniversary, and it's great to have you all here in this virtual session. I think the predominant feeling that we have as a team today is pride. We are particularly proud of the team. It's great to have these guys in our team. It's a lot of fun together. Very experienced guys, and so that's great. Second thing that we're really proud of is the partners and customer that we are working with. Top tier partners, and they are engaging with more and more customers for us, and that's also really great, and it's really fun to work with these guys. Then last but not least, our products. I mean, what our developers have put together, if you look at the first version of Liquid Workspace and you see what we have right now, it's brilliant. And they keep adding more and more features. It's a great team, and they will develop much more in the future. So warm welcome to the virtual party. We would have preferred, obviously, a face-to-face party where we could meet each other, music, drinks. But we promise that when everything is back to normal again, we will organize a proper party and invite you again. So we have had a lot of parties in the last 5 years, and one of the best ones was last year at the Formula 1 track in Zandvoort, where we invited our top partners, and we had a lot of fun on the track, and we did some great presentations and demos, and we ended with the awards for the best partners. So celebrating your first lustrum also means looking back what happened. So it all started in 2014 Marco and Kevin, they decided to develop a new solution, a new way of delivering applications to end users within organizations. And so after approximately 1.5 years, the first version was ready. At that time, I was still at Immediate, but Immediate was acquired by VMware. I left the company, and Marco contacted me, and he asked me to join. So they did a first presentation, and I was really impressed with the first version that they had created. So in September 2015, we founded the company Liquit with the three of us, Kevin, Marco, and myself. So after 2 months, in December 2015, we got our first customer, the Efteling, which was a great customer for us. Not only it's a very well-known name here in the Netherlands, it was a large environment, a complex environment, so we could test our first version in a real-life environment. So the Efteling, they helped us to mature the product, to get some bugs out, and create new great features that they needed. So today we've got more than 400 customers across the globe. And we couldn't have done it without these partners. I mean, these are top-tier partners, and these are partners from New Zealand, Australia, Brazil, the USA, and of course, obviously, a lot of EMEA as well. And these partners, they have acquired a lot of new customers for us. And to name a few of these great customers, Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences with 40,000 users, BBVA Bank, the Caranta Healthcare Group with 29,000 employees, Transavia, which is part of KLM, and Lamp Weston. Those are just a few examples. We now have in every vertical a customer. So if you need a reference in one of your verticals, just contact us and we will find a good one for you. So I want to take out a few of these partners that joined us from the very first start, which was so important for us in that period. So Sogeti, Cegeka and Netflix, they were the first to join, and it's great that they are still very productive partners and they have won so many customers for us. So really looking forward to the next 5 years with all these partners. So those were the reseller partners, but we also have a lot of alliance partners. Liquit is never on its own in an IT environment at a customer. So we always need to work together with other solutions. And we are the single pane of glass for the end user, and we need to make sure that our solution works perfectly together with all these other technologies. So Microsoft is a very important partner for us, and it's great to partner with them. We add a lot of value to WVD, we add a lot of value to MSIX and Epitech, and we merge everything together, also all the other technologies that they have, into one single pane of glass for the end user. So then we have the internet providers, which are also very important partners for us. They deliver an intranet to their customers. End users within those customers are already used to that intranet. And after the introduction of Liquit, the end users log into the intranet, and in a widget, the Liquit widget, they are presented with all the applications that they need to do their work. So the intranet is instantly transformed into a digital workspace for those customers. And that's a great thing, not only for the customers, but also for these partners and for us, obviously. So a few other great things that happened in the last 5 years. So Gartner, they named us cool vendor in unified workspaces in 2018. It was a big surprise for us and a very pleasant surprise. It gave us a lot of free publicity. And so it is also kind of a quality stamp. I mean, if Gartner, the biggest analyst, says your product is cool, it's okay, then it's a safe choice for everybody. Then another highlight was the acquisition of Rovabu. We acquired Rovabu after working together with them for 1 year. We already integrated their solution into our Liquit workspace, and our customers, they really loved it. So we decided to buy the company, and it was a great fit. It was great to merge both teams. It was also great to merge both products into one solution. So they brought us the second product, the Liquit Release and Patch Management, And we also got new OEM agreements with partners like VMware and Ivanti. And to date, that's still a great partnership that we have with those companies. So in those 5 years, of course, sometimes little accidents happen. And well, this is what happened to my car when Nico took it for a drive for 5 minutes. I mean, Nico is a great guy, and if you want to go to a customer, he's a great guy to bring with you. But here's the tip for you today. It's a very good idea to bring Nico to a customer. But if he asks you to drive together, tell him, Nico, great idea, but let's take my car and I will drive. So that's the tip of the day, and he's a real great guy to bring with you. So last but not least, it's great to grow internationally. We now have a colleague in Barcelona, Thomas. He's doing a great job, and he's already recruiting new partners, and the first opportunities are coming in. Then Chuck Brady, our new colleague out of Chicago, he joined our management team, and he fits in really well into our Dutch culture. He's a great guy. He was the founder of AppDNA, and it's great to have him in the team with all his experience. And he's already signing up new partners and new customers in the US. So that's great. And I think this is a great moment to hand it over to Chuck. Together with Nico, they will present the next 30 minutes, and they will tell you more about the product today, the positioning, and where we are going to in the next few months or year. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate your kind words and your introduction. I'm Chuck Brady. I'm the Vice President of the Americas for Liquit. Joining me is Nico Zeke. He's our Director of Technology and Solutions. We're going to help give you an idea of what the future of application delivery and access is, but how it's available now. And you know, it's funny how the end user computing paradigm has evolved over the years. We've seen some huge strides in how technology has really changed the way we interact with our IT systems, mostly influenced to find a better user experience that drives productivity for the business. And over time, innovation has progressed even more rapidly. It seems like just yesterday I was using my DOS PC, doing my finances with SuperCalc, if you can remember that. But as the user experience evolved, so has the complexity. And, you know, with today's bring your own device, with artificial intelligence, machine learning, with mobility and connectivity, really, those are just some of the things, some of the trends that are on the CIO's mind. But I think what's really concerning to some are the things that are on the horizon. What is next, and how do we as a business continue to keep up, but also leverage those technologies to further the business? So as the front end has and the user experience has evolved, I would say that the back end architecture has evolved, however accumulated. It's interesting that, you know, I think 71% of the Fortune 500 still use mainframes. And as time and innovation have progressed for the user experience, IT hasn't been quite able to keep up. 60% of Windows servers are still running Server 2008. There are companies that are still running XP and Windows 7. Some companies haven't quite included cloud technology within their budgets yet. And, you know, a technology stack for the back end at this point includes anything and everything from on-prem, SaaS, hyper-converged, and cloud, and you name it, it includes it. So with that type of complexity, you've got something that looks like this. And as chaotic and disparate and disruptive and somewhat vulnerable and costly this back end infrastructure looks, a particular organization needs to continue to make it run because it is the lifeblood, or it is supporting the lifeblood of the organization, which are the applications.
You might be just laughing at these pictures, right, Chuck? But this is the truth. And in the near future, in my opinion, it's getting even more complex. But I think that's what the future of the IT workspace is going to be. But yeah. Sorry for this, Chuck. Go ahead.
No, and you're right, Nico. It's really about sustaining the business and supporting the users while continuing to try to stay as cost effective, but also looking towards the future. So IT has a real challenge ahead of them, and really what's the biggest challenge is as far as the user experience as it continues to evolve. IT is playing catch up. They're trying to make things work, if you will, and it really causes a lot of hassle for the user community. I mean, logging in and out of screens, multiple passwords, trying to log into various VPNs and technology, things like that. It's just, really kind of a productivity decreaser opposed to an increaser. And a lot of this stuff, in as complex as this may seem, it needs to be maintained. Patches, releases, all need to be done. Servers need to be maintained. Migrations need to be done. Connectivity needs to be upgraded. All that while dealing with things like hardware failure and a lot of the unforeseen issues. But really, one of the biggest challenges today for IT in 2020 is they're understaffed. And the staff that they do have some skills gaps. So trying to keep up with the end user demand as well as maintain the continued systems, downtime is becoming more and more prevalent. And as you can see, the cost of downtime on average is about $250,000 per hour. Now it's much higher for a larger enterprise and lower, about $100,000 an hour for a smaller organization. But nonetheless, those costs add up. Not to mention what the CIO has his eye on the horizon for future technology and platforms. So at this point, the complexity is really beginning to rear its ugly head. However, 5 years ago, Liquit set out to solve this complex problem. The vision was to create a platform that focused on the best possible user experience by providing access to every critical application, by providing that access to every platform with every device. At the same time, relieving the burden of IT to deliver and manage applications in multiple environments, but really managing the environment on their terms, opposed to just trying to keep playing catch up. So the goal was to really isolate the users from the complexity of the back end systems and providing the users with the best possible user interface. And really, it's a reality today. Liquit provides a fully customizable workspace for every user, accessible from any device, and it's truly independent of the back-end systems. So if anything happens on the back end, no matter what, whether it's an upgrade, migration, maintenance or bringing down a server, whatever it is, the end users aren't effective. Disruption is a thing of the past, and it's not only available today now, but as future technologies continue to emerge and companies continue to try to, as I mentioned before, evolve but accumulate, the key function area of IT is to make those applications available for the business and continue to drive up productivity. So from that perspective, it's really about meeting the future today, but also about delivering the value that organizations want to get out of their systems and technologies. Nico, do you have anything to add?
No, I think you're just doing a really great job. So I think it's honestly impressive because you're working for Liquid like, what, 2 months now?
Yeah,
it's really impressive what you already know about the solution. But
yeah,
I
it
think
probably
it's
seems
just
like I've been
great.
around 2 months.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of changes over the past years for how we work and what we do. So our great is that we can disconnect that front end from the back end, so the IT administrator can implement new technologies instead of waiting for what is ever already there and needs to be migrated in the near future, but it's not possible right now. So if you disconnect that front end, you have no more user disruption. Finally, we can go to the cloud. We can finally migrate to the new versions. We can finally do what we want to do. And I think with Liquid, we're able to deliver that. And we've done it over the last 5 years, and now we're really accelerating. So now nothing to add, Chuck.
Yeah, well, these are exciting times. I mean, it's a true paradigm shift to what Liquid is bringing to the marketplace. And, of course, most compelling that so much I've come out of semi-retirement. But what really attracted me to the organization was the innovation and the technology. However, I joined the company because of the people. I've experienced some really smart, collaborative, visionary, fun people here. And, that's most of the journey. But really, taking this journey with you and the team has inspired me because, being collaborative and being innovative, we're allowed to kind of take our ideas and put them into the pot and really make something really exciting out of it. So from that perspective, I'm truly excited to be here and honored, of course. But if you really kind of take a step back and look at what Liquid does and the value it brings to the organization, from the mid-size organization all the way up to the largest of large, having the opportunity to keep your users engaged and productive without the disruption from the back end, it's
awesome, right?
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. So I'm truly excited, and certainly looking forward to taking this ride with you and the team. And it's exciting that we've come so far in 5 years, but wait till the next 5.
Yeah, well, thanks, Chuck. I think everybody's just happy to have you with the team. We can feel the energy coming from you, all the new things you're doing over there. There might just come a lot in the near future coming from the States, a lot of news. We'll keep you posted, everybody. So I think it's my turn now, right, Chuck? Yeah, finally. So I've been asked to also do a little bit of a presentation. I want to take you back. I've been working for Liquid now 2.5 years. And 2.5 years ago, I've started at Liquid doing the pre-sales. So I've met Peter with one of my previous employees. So he showed me Liquid. I was at that time really impressed in what they were doing. So after a short while, I took the step going to Liquid. And I've been working there for the last 2.5 years. And when I was creating this presentation, I just sat down and looked, what have I been doing for the last 2.5 years? So I'm not talking about my personal stuff I've had last 2.5 years. That's more than enough. You don't want to know it. But for now, so what have we done at Liquid? Well, I figured out we've released 7 major releases of Liquid Workspace in the last 2.5 years. So that means every quarter we do a new major update. So just to give you a heads up or a little bit down memory lane, a little trip down memory lane, what we have been doing. So when I just started at Liquid in January 2 years ago, we released Liquid 3.0. It was a complete overhaul from the core of Liquid. So they've been working on it for a full year. So everything that Liquid was thrown away. They just rebuilt it all with a new philosophy, being more flexible, more secure, more enterprise ready. So it took a little while for us to deliver that, but from that point, we went really, really, really fast. At 3.0, there was also the release of Liquid Release Management. So that's basically a starting point for delivering all your applications from one single solution with a DTAP staging. And there is more to come in the near future. But after that, we went really fast. So we've onboarded some new developers at Liquid. Of course, we went into new grounds, new partners, new countries. But it was also the introduction of the Liquid Access Manager solution. So from that point, on Liquid 3.1, we're able to deliver single sign-on as a full stack solution. So it's been developed in just a couple of weeks. This just gives you an idea how fast things are going with Liquid. When looking back, I was really surprised how fast these things were going. So in 3.2, we decided to enhance the Citrix integration. So Citrix has that SAML integration, and we said we wanted to have it. So we delivered it in 3.2. And we went over and beyond. So Microsoft came up with this new great technology. So in Liquid 3.3, we've decided to integrate Windows Virtual Desktop. So from that point, we were able to deliver Windows Virtual Desktops in the cloud inside Liquid Workspace. Also, that required us to enhance our security furthermore. So we've enhanced our multi-tenant features and improved our security features. But as Liquid always is, we're not about our own systems. We're trying to integrate with external solutions. So we have opened our doors for solutions like Okta, for solutions like Microsoft. And from that point, well, new version. So a lot of our partners are using Liquid as their workspace management solution, their application delivery platform, as their anti-disruptor, so no more user disruptions. And they said, well, we want to work from Microsoft Teams or work in external portals. We're already able to do that, but we further enhanced that. And in Liquid 3.4, we came up with a SharePoint web part. And we have a full working Microsoft Teams app. So now Microsoft Teams can be your end-to-end space. The IT admin has full control on what they are doing on the back end, but Microsoft Teams will simply deliver your applications and do the workspace management. Of course, new security features were introduced, and we've introduced our Liquid Satellite Service. So now we can run in hybrid modes. We can do pass-through authentication with on-premise Active Directories, giving you more and more flexibilities. And now, well, lately we've delivered Liquid 3.5 and 3.6, but 3.5 we introduced MSI X App Attach support. So Liquid is now able to deploy and deliver Microsoft App Attach applications inside Windows Virtual Desktop environments on demand. We're one of the worldwide first partners to introduce that. So usually all our partners have to script it, have to create something. We can do it without scripting. To do more with a cloud adoption, we've introduced Microsoft Azure Blob Storage support. So now we can offload our data usage to Microsoft Azure Blob Storage, reducing the cost of running Liquid Workspace in your environments. To give you more flexibility or to do migrations, Liquid has introduced the System Center connector. So now Liquid supports Microsoft System Center. You can download applications from our setup store and push them into System Center for application delivery. And, well, when spring came, Microsoft decided to change the WVD connectors. A lot of our partners had issues with the WVD environments because they've set it up in the old school way. And now Microsoft came with the ARM spring release. What do I do? What do I need to do? So Microsoft says you have to migrate it all into the new ARM spring release. Well, the Liquid philosophy is bring flexibility. So we are able to support both versions at the same time. So you can connect to the old school one and to the new version, run it at the same time, and migrate when you are ready to. So a lot of changes we've seen the last few weeks. And now Liquid 3.6 has been released just pre-summer, and it brought some new functions. Enhanced catalog for self-service. So self-service is really important for our users. Now they can request an application, but now they're also able to see some more information about that application. Read an FAQ, see a little video about the application, or see some screenshots how the application should look like or what the application is about. And they can see the pricing for an application. Then you can decide whether or not you want to download that application. Really important, we've got a lot of requests from our partners and customers. Hey, Liquit, where's the reporting? So we introduced reporting. We've got introduced our reporting dashboards inside Liquit Workspace. So now you can see full details about the application landscape, about how your devices are operating, about how everything is running. You probably haven't even seen it yet. Well, I'm here to introduce it to you later on. If you want to see it, please contact me. So we also brought enhanced MSIX app attach possibilities. So we further automated the deployment of Microsoft MSIX app attach applications. We enabled the possibility to mount VHDs, but it's also extending to new platforms later on, which Microsoft is also preparing. Another thing, a lot of requests we've got was, can we do variables for credentials on launching different tasks? So in a lot of cases, you're adding multiple Active Directories or want to use an alternative credential set. We were able to deliver a single sign-on experience for web-based applications, but now we can launch applications also as a variable on a launch task. It gives you more flexibility and more power to deliver any application to any user in just the right way. And we extended the Liquit Access Manager functionality. So we now have a full stack of single sign-on options available. So we've added the OAuth 2.0 identity provider. So now we can deliver basically any modern web app via single sign-on experience. So in the near future, there are coming up a lot of more new exciting features, which I'll show you a couple of later. If you want to know more, of course, follow us on the social media for updates and more information. Of course, subscribe to our newsletter. You will get all the updates regularly. I think one of the most important things from the last year was for us starting a WVD partnership. So Microsoft has recognized us as a true value add for the Windows Virtual Desktop experience. So Liquit was from version 3.3 able to deliver WVD applications in a seamless experience. Now we've added partnerships, and now we're able to deploy applications inside Windows Virtual Desktop. So Liquit can be delivering applications. We can be that workspace management solution, but also dragging those applications via our connector into our workspace, and also connected to on-premise Citrix environments to give that seamless experience for end users. So now users get that seamless experience, and you can migrate to WVD at the pace you want it to be. So Microsoft recognized us as a partner, and just a handful of partners worldwide get those WVD partnerships. So it's really important for Liquit. Now let's talk a little about the innovation, the future of application delivery and access. Well, more important, what is Liquit going to do in the near future? And I think the most important thing we've introduced lately was delivering the feedback portal, because we listen really close to our community. So we've published a roadmap on feedback.liquit.com. Of course, you can always request features like you did before to an email address, but right now we have an online public portal available. You can see what we're currently planning to do, where you can see what we're currently building and what has just been released. And on the right top side, you see a button, Submit Idea. So now you can submit your own ideas into the feedback portal. If you see something missing in Liquit Workspace, if you have a great idea, just submit the idea. And if you see a feature you like, we're currently building or just planned or is requested, you can vote on it. So you can vote on a specific feature, and the more votes a specific feature gets, the more priority it will get from Liquit. So the community is really important for us. So if you want to know all that we're currently building or we're willing to do, just follow us on feedback.liquit.com on our portal. And now let's look at the near future roadmap. I can't give an exact date when all these things will be delivered. So it's just a little insight of what we're currently building on major things. Of course, all other things delivered on our roadmap on feedback.liquit.com are of course planned, but some of the highlights I want to show you are currently we're building a multi-platform agent. So I've got a lot of comments or a lot of requests. So are you able to deliver an agent on an iOS device or an Android device? And usually I say, well, we can deliver some of the stuff, but we don't have an agent available. With a multi-platform agent, we're making the move to those platforms. So then we're able to deliver new functionalities to those endpoint devices. It will take a little while before it's there, but it's going to be there and it's going to be big. The other thing we're going to do, we're going to upgrade our user interface. So we're going to overhaul a complete user interface. I can't show it right now, but it's going to be really exciting. So our dev team is really working hard on this to deliver it as soon as possible. Another great thing, that's one thing that's happened on the back end, so you don't see it really well, you don't see it that often, is we updated our Liquid release and patch management solution to version 2.0. That gives us a lot of new capabilities on delivering applications from a setup store, from the setup commander to end users. So you don't. It's a major backend change that's is going to be introduced in the near future. But it's giving us a lot of opportunities for the near future. So we're going to change the way applications are delivered to the end users. Think of MSIX, think of Appetech, think of other great ways to deliver applications without doing the hard manual work. And there is more and more and more, a lot more to come. So please just follow us. And if you have any questions about the features I've just showed, please just let me know. This was it for me, and I think for Chuck. Do you have anything to add, Chuck?
Just that these are exciting times, and I'm grateful and excited to be here, and we're glad everyone's here to join us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chuck. So right now I want to introduce Kevin Goodman. So Kevin Goodman is the mentor of Liquit and known as the former founder of FS Logics. He's got a great video prepared for us. So please welcome Kevin Goodman.
Hey everyone, this is Kevin Goodman. Please join me in congratulating Liquit on their 5-year anniversary. Congratulations. So after the Microsoft acquisition, I started working with a few select companies like Liquit that I believe I have the best chance of succeeding. And 5 years is a long time. In the US, I'm not sure about, across the world, but in the US, 45% of companies don't make it to their 5th birthday. It's actually quite an achievement. Think about it. 5 years is not that long ago. Here's some things that were going on then. Remember Remote App? Yeah, Remote App was still a thing in 2015. How about these companies? They were still independent entities working on their own. And our industry, which I now realize is called the work from home industry, was actually called the desktop virtualization industry, or the VDI industry, or in most cases, just Citrix. So that's the same year that Liquit started, 2015. Happy anniversary to you. I think that's quite an accomplishment. And like I said, I work with very few select companies. One of the reasons why I chose Liquit is I like their team. All good startups have to have a fantastic team, and Liquit is no exception. Also, very important, right after team is product market fit. All right, you have to have a market that's worth going after, and then you have to have a product that solves problems and solutions in that market. And Liquit certainly has that, and they've proven that. The other thing is you have to be, I'll call it fluid because their name is Liquit, but you have to be flexible. You have to roll with the punches. You can't get what I call founder's disease. I don't work with any companies in which I hear the founder say, well, if they're too stupid to see our vision, then we don't want them as customers. I can assure you that is not the way Liquit thinks, and that is one of the reasons for their success. But I gotta warn you.
Yes, sir.
The first 5 years are the easiest. You've made it that far, congratulations. The numbers get even more grim for companies making it to their 10 years, and that's 65% of companies fail. Like I said, I was in FS Logics. We didn't make it 10 years. We were acquired before then, but a lot of companies don't make it. Let's look at what we think the future will be and maybe make sure Liquit's still around. I know they can be, right? So the future, where cars will fly. We have been talking about that since the 1964 World's Fair. But here are some of the ideas I have for what the next 5 years will bring, right? So the next one, and most important, is the impact of COVID. Apple's going to have an influence on our enterprise, and 5G is going to have effect on the enterprise as well. So COVID, it's been the craziest year ever, hasn't it? I mean crazy. For a guy who normally flies 100,000 miles, I haven't taken a flight yet. Here we are, September 3rd. I haven't taken a flight yet. How about that? One of the things we're going to see is winners and losers. In that work that can be done remotely, it will be done remotely. And there's going to be a lot of scrutiny. And that scrutiny is going to bring opportunities. The companies that recognize the fact that instead of 10% of the marketplace working from home, it's some cases 100% of the marketplace working from home, you're going to see some winners and losers in this industry. There will be a shakeout. And the winners are the ones that can react to this change in scalability, this amount of really focused eyeballs on this industry, where you used to have a project was considered 5,000 users. Now that's going to be a small one. Apple's certainly going to have an influence on the enterprise, as they're now the world's largest company by market share. But one of the most important things that I saw coming out of the Apple news is their plan to make Macs only use Apple chips. And I wonder what's going to happen if there's not an Intel chip that Mac is on. What's going to happen with Fusion and Parallels? I'll tell you right now, not exactly sure how many customers Parallels has, but Fusion, even when I was looking at them back in my VMware days, had 1,000 customers. So we're talking a lot of companies, a lot of it's consumer with Parallels, but a lot of it's also enterprise. And you're going to find that there are plenty of opportunities to be had in remote desktop or work from home opportunities, right? If Parallels can't get you on your laptop, you're going to have to remote in somehow. And we need somebody who's going to manage that for us and make it easier. 5G. Let me preface 5G with saying, if it doesn't melt our brains, then 5G is going to have an impact on the enterprise as well. Mostly with its ability to facilitate edge computing. One of the issues we have now in the work from home industry is the endpoint. And if we can push stuff closer out to the edge, then we can have a less intelligent endpoint. That less intelligent endpoint is going to enable thin clients, maybe more so than they are now. Hopefully, they'll be able to gain in market share. If you think about the work from home industry, the remote desktop industry having 10% of the market, then I'd say the thin client has 10% of that. That means that even an increase in 5G by 1% would double the thin client market. That's something to keep in mind of how will that be managed and how will that be looked at and how will it be easier for the users to be able to go from a physical desktop to a thin client to something that's online to something's on different clouds, something's on premises. All stuff that I know the guys at Liquit can handle quite swimmingly. So I don't know what the future will bring, but I do know 3 things. In the future, your team is still going to be one of the most important aspects of your company. And whatever products you make sure they fit the market. And again, remember, you have to roll with the punches and stay fluid. Things are going to change. And it's because of that team that I believe you're going to be able to solve those problems. I'm going to leave you with one thought. It's all about the Benjamin. All right, Benjamin Franklin here. I know what some of you thinking. You're thinking it's about money, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is, he once said, you can do anything you set your mind to. And I know you guys can do that as well. Super proud of you. Happy anniversary. And I'll tell you right now, the best is yet to come. And I'm looking forward to being a part of it. Congratulations.
Team Liquit, gefeliciteerd met jullie 5-jarige jubileum.
We proosten op z'n IT values met een Jägermeister.
Proost!
Hallo, wij van Iris willen Liquit hartelijk feliciteren met het 5-jarig bestaan.
Ja, echt top, 5 jaar. Op naar de 10 en we hopen snel jullie weer te zien.
Happy birthday to all Liquid team from Toledo, Spain. Enjoy!
We zijn hier vandaag omdat we 5 jaar bestaan. 5 jaar geleden zijn we opgericht en dat willen we vieren. Goedemorgen allemaal. Ja, we zijn een Nederlands softwarebedrijf en wij maken software voor digitale werkplekken. En met die software kunnen medewerkers van organisaties, instellingen via een browser of via een device bij alle applicaties die ze nodig hebben om hun werk te kunnen doen. Er was een gat in de markt tussen de traditionele workspace management oplossingen die echt gemaakt waren in de jaren 90. En nu heb je steeds meer digitale werkplekken en daar was eigenlijk geen goede oplossing voor. We zijn dus in 2015 gestart en gelijk in het eerste jaar hadden we een hele mooie eerste klant, de Efteling. Natuurlijk een mooie referentie, een grote klant die gelijk voor 3 jaar hadden aangeschaft, wat ons goede cashflow gaf. En zij hebben ook ons geholpen om het product volwassen te maken, de kinderziektes eruit te halen. En om ook nieuwe features erbij te bouwen, zodat het echt een corporate oplossing werd. Inmiddels zitten we op meer dan 400 klanten wereldwijd. En die groei hebben we met name kunnen bereiken doordat we heel veel met resellers samenwerken die voor ons de producten verkopen, implementeren en ook supporten bij de klanten. En op die manier kunnen we niet alleen in Nederland groeien, maar zijn we ook in het buitenland nu erg hard aan het groeien. Nieuw-Zeeland, Australië, Brazilië, in Amerika hebben we partners. We hebben ook de eerste buitenlandse medewerkers. Dus we hebben iemand voor ons in Barcelona werken. We hebben nu iemand in Chicago in de Verenigde Staten voor ons werken. En die gaat voor ons daar Liquid verder op de kaart zetten. We willen eigenlijk blijven verdubbelen elk jaar, dus dat is een belangrijke doelstelling. Maar dat komt eigenlijk vanzelf wanneer we doorgaan zoals we nu bezig zijn geweest. Want we hebben super tevreden klanten, we hebben hele tevreden partners. En dat maakt het voor ons als team superleuk om met ze samen te werken en om het ook enthousiast te kunnen vertellen bij die klanten en bij die partners. Door COVID is natuurlijk het hele remote werken, het thuiswerken in een versnelling gekomen. En dat speelt ons enorm in de kaart en wij faciliteren dat en we gaan daar nog meer op focussen. Ook de samenwerking met grote partijen zoals Microsoft is heel erg belangrijk voor ons. We zijn Windows Virtual Desktop Partner waar we volop inzetten. We zijn Microsoft Gold Partner geworden, WVD Partner. En op die manier gaan we ook samen met Microsoft die groei verder vormgeven. Als laatste wil ik eigenlijk de partners nog bedanken voor de afgelopen 5 jaar. Zij hebben ons succes mede mogelijk gemaakt door met hun samen heel veel mooie klanten binnen te halen. En de prettige samenwerking met ze heeft ons heel veel plezier gebracht. En hopelijk gaan we dat de komende 5 jaar minimaal ook nog doorzetten.